Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board the Cessna Citation Longitude, which we're going to be flying from Singapore here, well, not Singapore, Changi, a different airport in Singapore, to Phuket in Thailand, ferrying whoever had the pleasure of chartering our private jet today. Well, what is there to do in Phuket? Serene beaches, cool views, a bit of a forest on approach, and well, whatever Thailand's famous for. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the walk around, and while I walk around, let me try to kind of explain how I got the idea for this video. So I'm sure everybody's watched the movie Crazy Rich Asians. The plot of the movie is it's a rich guy, they go to Singapore, rich people, basically. So essentially, I've been meaning to fly the Citation Longitude for a long time because I really like the private jet category, and there's not really any other aircraft in the simulator that are really fulfilling this role. There are no Gulfstreams or there's no Learjets yet. So I think the Citation Longitude is the biggest private jet we have right now, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been meaning to fly it. And well, where would rich Asian billionaires want to go when they charter a private jet? Probably Phuket. I mean, I don't know what rich people do, but I mean, I'd go to Phuket. Definitely for the beaches, not any other purposes to visit Thailand. It's not like they've legalized weed. Here we are in the flight deck of the Citation Longitude. As you can see, it looks like kind of a spaceship, just huge big glass screens. And it's quite easy to set up, not a complicated FMS. So without further ado, I'm going to get the aircraft ready for engine start. Alright, I've configured the aircraft as necessary for engine start. Again, it was really simple, way less complicated than the airliners I'm used to flying. But for the engine start here, it's basically, I think we hit the starter first. No, I'm sorry. We flick over the switch, and I'm still struggling with the starter. But first we put the engine to run, and then we trigger the starter, and then we can see the engine spool up to life. Once the right engine comes to life, as we can see there, we can repeat the same process for the left engine. So just click run and enable the starter, and the engine should come to life. As the second engine is spooling up, we can also take this time to set the flaps required for departure. So I'm just going to be sticking with flaps 1 here. Before we begin our taxi, we can come up here and turn on the taxi lights, and with that being said, we are prepared for taxi. So I will get ourselves taxied over the runway and see you guys there. We've made it here to the runway for departure at this airport. With that being said, we can turn on the landing lights, and this is me realizing that you can't have those lights at the same time as the pulse lights in this aircraft for some reason. I'm sure there's an explanation out there, but I can't figure that out. Anyways, I'm just going to light up the rest of the aircraft as I can. And with that being said, we are ready for pushback. Speed brakes are set. Just checking the toggle lever there, making sure I know where the buttons are. With that being said, I'm going to disconnect the parking brake, increase engine power, and we can see it spool up nicely. Once it settles at its preferred power level, we can then set takeoff power. And let's just ignore that no takeoff warning. Let's pretend that's not happening. I have no idea why that's happening. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me, but it didn't affect the flight or the characteristics of the aircraft, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Airspeed is live. We've crossed 8 knots. V1. And just letting some more airspeed build before I rotate, and we rotate right there. Positive rate of climb. And gear up. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the takeoff views now while I get the aircraft's autopilot configured. Onto Phuket we go. Back to the flight deck of the Citation Longitude, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on final on Phuket, runway 27. The flight was pretty smooth sailing, clean views. It was the afternoon, no incidents at all. Beautiful approach into Phuket of the island, as well as you must have seen in the cruise views earlier. But anyways, now it's time to get to the nitty and gritty, get to the business, get a nice landing going here for our passengers so they can start enjoying their holidays. This aircraft is very sensitive on the controls. I don't know if it's something I have to do or something with the aircraft, but anyways, here we are over the runway threshold. Slightly flaring, not flaring too high for a tail strike, and touchdown. And we're just gonna engage reversers and do some manual braking.
50.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it here to the gate at Phuket. Well, not really the gate, but the general aviation parking. And with that being said, we can turn off all the taxi lights and basically turn on the recognition lights again, which I'm assuming are the navigational lights. Turn off the beacon lights and everything. Basically prepare ourselves for engine start. Engine stop is very simple, just click stop on these switches, and the engine should come down nicely. With that being said, that concludes our flight for today. It was a beautiful flight, around an hour and a half over to Phuket, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It was fun to fly the smaller aircraft. It was a nice change in pace from the airliners. If you guys have any ideas, changes, improvements, do leave them in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.